Why does workload matter? Today's 5 minute short. Hi, I'm Joshua Barnes, and I am joined by Al Shalloway. And Al has done a tremendous amount of work on a value stream impedance scorecard. And so there are 9 factors that are in that. And there is one that kind of came to the top of the list when I asked Al, out of those 9, which one would be the first one you would be doing a bit of discussion on? Hence why workload matters. So, Al, how about you take it away?
Okay, and it's funny because on reflection, I'm not sure this would be my number one anymore, but let's start kind of where you are. But let's look at workload. There's an awful lot of talk about how multitasking is a big problem, and it is, but it is not your biggest problem. I guarantee it. Because multitasking is going to cost you 10, 20% of your efficiency. When you are working on 2 or 3 times the amount of things you should be working on, 2 or 3 things at once, say, what happens is a lot of delay gets injected into your work, and those delays cause a lot of extra work, more than a 10 or 20% hit. In fact, most organizations I see are operating at about a 10 or 15% efficiency, and most of that is due to delays, and most of the delays are due to workload being overloaded. We're so trying to get people busy and working. And this is one of the key things of value stream management. What you want to do is shift from working on the hierarchy, how people are busy and managing people, to how is the work moving across the organization, whether it's in a stream or a network. That's semantics, or more just which metaphor is better. Now I'll do a quick review of the 9, because then you might guess which is the other most important one. So if I say if workload gets you down to 10, 15, 20% efficiency, that's pretty bad. But think of these other 8. So are small items of high value being worked on? Are you managing queues? Are you getting quick feedback? Is there quality of the product high? Then workflows comes in at number 5 in the list. This is not ordered. It's not ordered by importance. It's ordered by how they relate. Is all work and workflow visible? Are people organized so that it reduces waiting and handoffs? Are development teams primarily working on one value stream, and are people attending to the value streams? Now, if you think about it, if you're not working on important things, nothing else matters. So that's got to be number 1. That's why I think. But I don't know why. So it's the 2 most important ones, I guess you could say, and they go hand in hand. Is got to be working on important things, and that stuff's got to be small. That enables you to manage your workload. And both of those are important. And notice that they affect each other, because if you attend to workload, if you recognize that overloading, and this is really kind of why I think I said it is number 1. If I can show that people are overloaded and that's delaying and causing a lot of waste, then I could talk to management and executives and say, look, we really have to attend to the most important things. And if this one item is, say, more important than item 2, why would I have item 2 slow me down? Wouldn't I just get the first one going? So workload in some ways is the most important thing, not from a doing point of view, but if I start looking at it, I can explain to people why having people work on too much stuff causes delays in workflow, waste time, creates a lot of extra work. And with that, I can say, look, what's the most important thing? Let's work on that. What's the next most important thing? Let's work on that where we have capacity. And when we run out of capacity, don't overload people who are working on the most important thing, because that'll just slow down the most important thing for something that's less important. So you can start talking about our goal is to get value quickly. And we do that both by working on the right number of things and working on the right things. And you can see that it's a chicken and egg. Is it I use workload because I can get people to work on important things, or do I start on important things and then talk about workload? So the 2 kind of go together. But these are the basis of what I call first principles. And most of our frameworks don't do that. They talk about, oh, we're going to do sprints, or we're going to do planning. And now notice sprint planning actually has an effect on workload, because it says, well, we're not going to get more than 2 weeks of work done in it. Planning says, let's work on the most important thing. But it's better to go to first principles and recognize this dynamic. And then you can tailor your work to the context you're in. So I guess that's mostly it. I'll add more on the, we're about to have a new channel in the Thinkific, our site for our training. And as I go, I'll be adding more things here. You could also look on my on my LinkedIn posts. I do a lot of stuff around these, around the Value Stream Impedance Scorecard. And I'll actually, one last thing, go to successengineering.works and look for the books. I talk about this all there if you want more. Look for the Value Stream Impedance Scorecard and Value Stream Management.
And I'll add to that when Al says that he posts a lot on LinkedIn, a lot of really great content. Don't underestimate his definition of a lot, because there
If it
is
ain't
a
daily,
lot.
I'm slacking off.
Exactly. If you're joining us live, thanks. Any feedback, any questions? I see we've got one post on LinkedIn, and we'll address it. And if you're watching this on replay, please do the same. We'll see you on our next 5-minute short.